What if I told you that variable operating costs for private aviation can start around $1,200 to $2,500 per flight hour? These 10 jets make private aviation more accessible than you think. Before we dive into the list, let's set some ground rules. When we say affordable, we're talking about jets priced between $1 million and $8 million, either new or on the used market. We're ranking these based on three factors: purchase price, direct operating costs per flight hour, and overall value for money. We'll also break down the real costs of ownership, because the purchase price is just the beginning. Fuel, maintenance, crew, insurance, and hangar fees all add up. And if you're serious about buying a jet, these numbers matter. Stick around till the end, because we'll show you exactly how to calculate whether ownership, fractional shares, or charter makes more financial sense for your situation. Let's get started. Number 10. Beechcraft King Air 100. Purchase price: under $1 million to $1.5 million, pre-owned, depending on condition. Operating cost: $2,000 per flight hour, all-in estimate. Specifications: passenger capacity 7 to 9 passengers. Maximum range 1,300 nautical miles. Cruise speed 248 knots, 285 miles per hour. Cabin dimensions 16.7 feet long, 4.5 feet wide, and 4.8 feet high. Why it makes the list? Technically a turboprop, not a jet, but the King Air 100 deserves a spot here because it delivers exceptional value. This is one of the most reliable aircraft ever built, with a proven track record spanning decades. It's perfect for regional business travel and can use shorter and rougher runways than most jets, giving you access to airports that many jets simply can't reach. The reality check. This is an older aircraft. New models haven't been manufactured in years. You're buying pre-owned only, which means you need to budget for potential upgrades to avionics and interior. Many airframes will need significant refits, which can add substantial costs. Maintenance can be unpredictable on older airframes. Best for regional business owners who need to hit multiple cities in a single day and want rock-solid reliability at the lowest possible cost. Number 9. Beechjet 400. Purchase price: $1 million to $2 million, pre-owned. Operating cost: $2,950 per flight hour, all-in estimate. Specifications: passenger capacity 7 to 8 passengers. Maximum range 1,200 nautical miles. NBAA IFR with reserves. Cruise speed 450 knots, 518 miles per hour. Cabin dimensions 15.5 feet long by 4.9 feet wide by 4.8 feet high. Why it makes the list? The Beechjet 400 offers legitimate jet performance at turboprop prices. With a spacious cabin and solid medium-range capability, this aircraft is perfect for regional and some longer missions within a 1,000-mile radius. It's a true light jet with respectable speed and comfort for missions that would require a fuel stop in smaller jets. The reality check. Parts availability can be challenging since Beechcraft discontinued this model. You'll want to work with a maintenance facility that specializes in the Beechjet. The 1,200-mile range means you'll need to plan fuel stops for longer trips. This isn't a coast-to-coast aircraft. Best for buyers who want true jet performance but are comfortable with an older airframe and have established maintenance relationships. Number 8. King Air C90 GTX. Purchase price: $1.5 million pre-owned to $5 to $6 million plus new, depending on specifications. Operating cost: $1,750 per flight hour, all-in estimate. Specifications: passenger capacity 6 to 7 passengers. Maximum range 1,200 nautical miles. Cruise speed 260 knots, 299 miles per hour. Cabin dimensions 12.5 feet long, 4.5 feet wide, and 4.8 feet high. Why it makes the list?
The King Air C90 GTX is the modern evolution of a legendary platform. Unlike the King Air 100, you can still buy this new, which means factory warranty, modern avionics, and the latest safety features. It's incredibly versatile and reliable, with operating costs that are among the lowest in private aviation. The reality check. It's slower than a jet and has less range. If you're looking to cross the country non-stop, this isn't your aircraft. But for regional missions under 1,000 miles, it's hard to beat the economics. Best for businesses with consistent regional travel needs who prioritize reliability and low operating costs over speed and range.
Number 7. Cessna Citation Mustang. Purchase price, $1.8 million to $2.5 million pre-owned. Operating cost, $1,200 to $1,500 per flight hour, direct operating cost. Specifications: passenger capacity, 4 to 5 passengers. Maximum range, 1,150 nautical miles. Cruise speed, 340 knots, 391 miles per hour. Cabin dimensions, 11 feet long, 4.6 feet wide, and 4.4 feet high. Why it makes the list. The Citation Mustang is the entry point into true jet ownership for many buyers. With the trusted Cessna name, proven reliability, and operating costs that are competitive with some turboprops, this very light jet checks a lot of boxes. It's certified for single-pilot operation, which dramatically reduces fixed costs if you're qualified to fly it yourself. The reality check. The cabin is tight. At 4.4 feet high, most adults can't stand up. There's only a basic belted emergency lavatory, not a fully enclosed lavatory, so plan your trips accordingly. Range is limited to about 1,000 miles with full passengers and luggage. Best for owner pilots who want to fly themselves and need an efficient way to cover 500 to 1,000-mile trips with a small group.
Number 6. Pilatus PC-12. Purchase price, $2 million to $3 million for older models, up to $6 to $7 million plus for new NG and NGX models. Operating cost, $1,400 to $1,800 per flight hour, variable cost estimate. Specifications: passenger capacity, 8 to 9 passengers. Maximum range, 1,800 nautical miles. Cruise speed, 280 knots, 322 miles per hour. Cabin dimensions, 17 feet long, 5 feet wide, and 4.8 feet high. Why it makes the list. The PC-12 is the Swiss Army knife of aviation. It's incredibly versatile, with the ability to operate from short, unpaved runways that jets can't touch. The cabin is spacious, maintenance is predictable, and it's one of the best-selling single-engine turboprops in the world for good reason. As a single-engine turboprop, operating costs are lower than twin-engine jets. The reality check. It's a turboprop, not a jet, so you're sacrificing speed for versatility. If speed is your priority, there are better options. But if you need to reach remote locations or smaller airports, nothing beats the PC-12's combination of range, capacity, and runway performance. Best for owners with varied mission profiles who need access to smaller airports and remote locations while maintaining excellent economics. Before we continue, let's talk about what ownership really costs, because the sticker price is just the start. Annual fixed costs. Crew salaries, $85,000 to $200,000 per pilot. Now, here's an important point. Many light jets on our list are certified for single-pilot operation, but regulations and insurance often drive whether you need 1 or 2 pilots. Your insurance company may require 2 pilots depending on your experience level. Hangar, $20,000 to $100,000 depending on location. Insurance, $15,000 to $50,000 depending on aircraft value and pilot experience. Scheduled maintenance reserves, $100,000 to $300,000 combining engine and airframe programs. Variable costs per hour. Fuel, $500 to $1,500 depending on aircraft size. Engine reserves, $200 to $500 per flight hour. Maintenance, $300 to $600 per flight hour. Landing and handling fees, $100 to $400 per landing. A smaller light jet might cost you $200,000 to $350,000 per year in fixed costs, while larger light jets can run $400,000 to $500,000 plus annually, even if you barely fly. The break-even point for ownership versus charter is typically around 150 to 250 flight hours per year, depending on the aircraft and your local charter rates. Below that, you're probably better off chartering. Now, back to our countdown.
Number 5. Cessna Citation J1 Plus. Purchase price, $2 million to $4 million pre-owned. Operating cost, $2,900 per flight hour, all-in estimate. Specifications: passenger capacity, 5 to 6 passengers. Maximum range, 1,240 nautical miles. Cruise speed, 389 knots, 448 miles per hour. Cabin dimensions, 13.2 feet long by 4.8 feet wide by 4.8 feet high. Why it makes the list. The Citation J1 Plus represents a significant step up from the Mustang in terms of cabin space and comfort. It's fast enough for business travel, has solid range for most regional and medium-hull missions, and benefits from Cessna's extensive support network. Parts and service are nearly everywhere. The reality check. Operating costs jump significantly compared to the Mustang. While the CJ1 Plus is certified for single-pilot operation, many operators choose 2 pilots for insurance and safety reasons, which doubles your crew costs. Insurance is higher due to the value of the aircraft. Best for growing businesses that need more cabin space and range than a Mustang provides, but aren't ready for mid-size economics.
Number 4. Embraer Phenom 100. Purchase price, $2 million to $3.5 million pre-owned. Operating cost, $1,200 to $1,500 per flight hour, direct operating cost. Specifications: passenger capacity, 4 to 6 passengers, comfortably. Maximum range, 1,000 to 1,200 nautical miles, NBAA IFR. Cruise speed, 380 knots, or 437 miles per hour. Cabin dimensions, 11 feet long, 5.1 feet wide, and 4.9 feet high. Why it makes the list? Embraer brought a fresh perspective to the very light jet category. The cabin is wider than competing VLJs, making it noticeably more comfortable. The avionics are modern, maintenance costs are reasonable, and Embraer's build quality is exceptional. It's certified for single-pilot operation, keeping fixed costs manageable. The reality check. While Embraer's reputation is solid, their service network isn't as extensive as Cessna or Textron. Make sure you have access to authorized service centers before buying. Range is limited to regional missions. Plan on fuel stops for trips over 1,000 miles. Best for buyers who prioritize cabin comfort and modern technology for regional missions and are willing to plan maintenance around service center locations.
Number 3. Cirrus Vision Jet. Purchase price, $2.5 million to $3.5 million pre-owned, up to $4 million plus for new G2 plus G3 models. Operating cost, $800 to $1,200 per flight hour. Direct operating cost. Manufacturer estimates start around $660 per hour under optimal conditions. Specifications: passenger capacity, 5 to 7 passengers. Maximum range, 1,200 nautical miles. VFR maximum. Typical IFR range with passengers is less. Cruise speed, 311 knots, 357 miles per hour. Cabin dimensions, 11 feet long, 5.1 feet wide, 4.1 feet high. Why it makes the list. The Vision Jet is revolutionary. It's the world's first certified single-engine personal jet, and it comes with a full airframe parachute system for ultimate safety. Operating costs are among the lowest of any jet on this list, and it's certified for single-pilot operation. The carbon fiber construction is lightweight and efficient, and the modern avionics are intuitive. The reality check. The cabin height is only 4.1 feet. You cannot stand up. It's also a single engine, which makes some insurance companies nervous and can increase premiums.
Range is adequate for most regional missions, but you'll need fuel stops for longer trips. Best for owner-pilots who want the lowest possible operating costs in a true jet and prioritize innovation and safety features over cabin size. Perfect for missions under 1,000 miles.
Number 2. Cessna Citation M2. Purchase price: $3.5 million pre-owned to $5.5 to $6 million plus new Gen 2 models. Operating cost: $2,900 per flight hour, all-in estimate. Specifications: passenger capacity, 6 to 7 passengers. Maximum range, 1,550 nautical miles. Cruise speed, 404 knots, 465 miles per hour. Cabin dimensions: 11 feet long, 4.8 feet wide, 4.9 feet high. Why it makes the list. The Citation M2 strikes the perfect balance between performance and cost. It's fast enough for business travel, has enough range for most medium-haul missions, and the cabin is comfortable for all-day flights. Modern avionics, reliable Williams engines, and Cessna's global support network make this one of the most practical choices on our list. It's certified for single-pilot operation, though many operators use 2 pilots. The reality check. At $3.5 million used and $5.5 to $6 million new, we're getting into serious money territory. Fixed costs will run you $300,000 to $400,000 annually, even if you don't fly much. This is where you really need to run the numbers on ownership versus charter. Best for established businesses or high-net-worth individuals who fly 150-plus hours per year and need a reliable, well-supported aircraft with solid range for domestic missions.
Number 1. Honda Jet HA420. Purchase price: $3 million to $4 million, early models pre-owned, up to $6 to $7 million plus, new Elite 2 or late models. Operating cost: $1,200 to $1,800 per flight hour. Realistic variable cost range. Manufacturer estimates start lower under optimal conditions. Specifications: passenger capacity 5 to 6 passengers. Maximum range 1,200 nautical miles. NBABA IFR with 4 passengers. Published maximum is higher. Cruise speed 422 knots, 486 miles per hour. Cabin dimensions: 12.1 feet long by 5 feet wide by 4.8 feet high. Why it makes the list. The Honda Jet represents the perfect combination of innovation, efficiency, and value. Honda's over-the-wing engine mount design is revolutionary. It reduces cabin noise, increases fuel efficiency, and creates more interior space. Operating costs are competitive for a true jet. The build quality is exceptional, and it's surprisingly fast for its size. Honda jets consistently rank as one of the best-selling light jets globally. It has excellent range for medium-haul missions, a comfortable cabin with a private lavatory, and modern avionics. Honda's reputation for reliability extends to aviation. Early Honda jets are showing exceptional dispatch reliability. The reality check. Honda's service network, while growing, isn't as extensive as Cessna or Embraer. Range is excellent for regional and medium-haul missions, but true coast-to-coast flights, 2,000-plus nautical miles, will require a fuel stop. Insurance can be higher for pilots without jet experience due to the unique handling characteristics of the over-the-wing engine design. Best for buyers who want cutting-edge technology, excellent fuel efficiency, and are comfortable with Honda's newer presence in the aviation market. Perfect for business owners who fly 100 to 200 hours per year and want the best combination of performance and operational economics for missions up to 1,200 miles.
So, there you have it, the 10 most affordable private jets in 2026. But before you start shopping, ask yourself these 3 questions. 1. How many hours will you fly per year? Under 50 hours? Charter or jet cards probably make more sense. You'll spend less overall and avoid the massive fixed costs of ownership. 50 to 200 hours? Consider fractional ownership. You get guaranteed access without the full burden of maintenance and crew. 200 plus hours? Full ownership starts making financial sense. You're flying enough to spread fixed costs over more flight hours, bringing your cost per hour down significantly. 2. What's your mission profile? Short regional hops under 500 miles? A turboprop like the King Air or PC-12 makes more sense. You'll save money and still get where you're going efficiently. Long-range domestic missions up to 1,500 miles? Look at jets like the Honda Jet, Citation M2 or CJ1 Plus for excellent range with a possible fuel stop for longer trips. True non-stop coast-to-coast capability? That generally requires 2,000 nautical miles of range, which is beyond the aircraft on this list. You'll need to step up to larger jets. 3. Can you handle the fixed costs? Remember, even if the jet sits in the hangar all year, you're still paying $200,000 to $500,000 in fixed expenses, depending on aircraft size and location. Insurance, hangar, crew salaries, and maintenance reserves don't stop just because you're not flying. Run the numbers honestly. Include everything: purchase price or financing, crew, insurance, hangar, maintenance reserves, fuel, landing fees, and a buffer for unexpected repairs. The bottom line? Private aviation is more accessible than ever, but it's still a significant financial commitment. The jets on this list prove you don't need $50 million to fly private, but you do need to be strategic. Do your homework. Talk to aircraft brokers, maintenance facilities, and insurance providers. Fly before you buy, and most importantly, make sure the numbers work for your specific situation. If you found this valuable, hit that subscribe button. We're breaking down the real costs of luxury assets that most channels won't talk about honestly. Want to go deeper? Check our video on fractional ownership versus full ownership, the math you need to know, where we break down the exact point where buying makes more sense than chartering. What jet would you buy from this list? Drop your choice in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.